Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. In today's video, I would like to talk about my little Apple ecosystem which I have going here. And this is what I had for years, starting right in 2007 with that original iPhone, which only got extended with the iPad in 2010, and then the Apple Watch in 2015, and then probably finally the AirPods in 2019. Well, 2019 is not its launch date, but that's when I bought them. But better late to the party than never, right? See, what Apple introduced with the iPhone, not at least right away, is that ecosystem where everything is connected and shared between the devices. And this ecosystem offers a lot of services which tie you in, making it difficult to change. See, again, this is by choice and not someone forcing you. That's what I feel anyways, because you can break free anytime, but that just means that you have to get readjusted to everything and probably have to buy stuff again. At this point, both Apple and Google's ecosystems have got so much better that it's really down to personal preference. And coming to me, I've never owned an Android device. I've briefly tested when friends and families have got these devices, but I closely followed all their developments and I was quite impressed a few times. But for me, Apple always provided that best experience, even though it was a bit expensive at times, so I really found there's no need to change. So here's the current setup to my Apple ecosystem. It begins with my iPhone. The current one which I use is the 11 Pro Max, which is really excellent. High points are battery life, iOS, and the camera system. Low points, probably maybe it's just the cost and nothing else. Then it is the iPad Air 3. Again, the best value iPad even in 2020. Then it's my Apple Watch. What I have here is the Series 4 with its excellent heart rate monitor and ECG system. And finally, the AirPods Gen 2, the most hassle-free earphones I have ever used. And talking about more products from the Apple ecosystem, I never owned or used a Mac. Thing is that I'm so much PC that if I have to switch to Mac, I'll pretty much have to buy every software again and then adapt myself to using Mac OS. And main thing is that everything work related for me is PC. So even if I buy a Mac, it will be for personal use. And apart from work, there is very little need for me to get onto my laptop. Thanks again to Apple for that excellent post-PC devices, the iPhone and the iPad. And now with iPad OS, the previous walled garden of Apple has opened up to allow interactions with various external drives and devices, making it much more useful than before. With keyboard, pencil, mouse and trackpad support, you can get some serious work done on the iPad. But for me, that's what it has always been. Work was always PC and everything apart from work has been the iPhone and the iPad. Everything from online shopping to banking to paying bills, checking statuses, flight reservations, hotel check-ins, etc. All these things which needed a PC before, but thanks to Apple, they all become so convenient and simple to do with the iPhone and the iPad. But off late, I've been trying to work on my iPad and iPhone with these YouTube videos. I mean, it's more like a hobby and a passion rather than work. But looking at the nature of tasks, yeah, sure, we can call it work. And to be honest, rather than editing everything using Windows Photos app, yes, it is Photos app now, Movie Maker is long gone, I prefer doing it using iMovie on my iPad. I've written scripts on the notepad, voice record using the microphone app, shoot videos using the excellent iPhone 11 Pro Max camera system, and edit the video using iMovie on my iPad. I know iMovie is a bit limited when it comes to features and effects, and apps like LumaFusion are making strides of progress in this space. I don't know why Apple still continues to ignore the iMovie app, especially for the iPad. But yes, everything I do for YouTube videos is via these devices. And apart from those missing features, I found it just fine. And I never found the use for a keyboard as I don't really mind touch typing. And all these years of doing it, I think I've got pretty used to that. And same goes with the Apple Pencil. The iPhone and iPad are basically designed as touch devices, so touching to adjust timelines, adding effects, etc., are all perfectly fine, and I do not feel the need of using additional accessories for these tasks. So these four devices complete my Apple ecosystem: the iPhone, the iPad, the watch, and the AirPods. What I really like with these is how well they integrate with each other. Apps and movies, especially. If you buy an app or a movie once, it is available on all the supported devices. For instance, this movie Passengers, which I bought on the iPad, it was instantly there on my iPhone, and it was also available on my partner's iPad as well. Yes, any family members you add to your main account, you will be able to grant access to your purchases so they do not have to buy it again. So songs, books, movies, apps, you just buy it once and share it with your family members. That really is so convenient and cost effective. And then that continuity option. You can write something on your iPad, pick it up exactly where you left off on your iPhone and complete it. You can start watching a film on your iPhone and pick it up exactly where you paused it and continue watching it on your iPad. Same goes with books, and I really find this so useful. You can extend these features to calls and messages as well. Feels nice to just pick up calls or respond to messages straight from your iPad when your phone is plugged in and charging. Where does Apple Watch fit into this equation? Well, again, I was one of the early adopters, and the first Apple Watch was a bit limited, even though it had the best band-changing mechanism system ever on a watch, some cool watch faces, and decent notification system, plus a good enough health tracking system. Granted that it relied on the iPhone quite a lot without the dedicated GPS chip, but it was the hottest thing that year, and everyone from tech gurus to celebs were rocking this on their wrist. But honestly, I was not one of them who bought the watch, wore it for a few days, and left it in my desk and forgot it. Up until this quarantine, I wore my Apple Watch every single day. Yes, every single day, I'm honest about it. The fitness elements are amazing, and they got so much better as the Apple Watch evolved, and Apple really nailed it with the 4th gen iteration when the Apple Watch got a bigger, better screen and a dedicated ECG system. But then again, they one-up themselves with the 5th gen and the always-on display. It's not just any always-on, it's probably the best implementation of the always-on display on any mobile device. But the way it fits into my ecosystem is with notifications, Apple Pay, apps, and fitness. Notifications was absolutely huge for me, as when I was in meetings or walking outside or traveling, you do not always have the convenience of reaching out for your phone, and the watch seriously made this super useful. You don't know the number of times I sneakily checked notifications whilst in meetings without disturbing others. It was just perfect for me. And the Apple Pay was so convenient to just pay with your watch more so than your phone. And the first time I did use this feature when it was available, it super impressed the heck out of every one of the Marks and Spencer staff and fellow customers beside me. And with apps, there weren't too many, but the ones which I used are the calculator apps, cinema tickets, showing boarding passes, checking flight statuses, etc. And all these accessed directly on your wrist was super handy. And finally, adding the AirPods into the mix. How does a pair of headphones fit into the Apple ecosystem, you ask? Well, like this. This is the way of pairing it, just by simply opening the lid. And that is really ingenious. That and the case which holds charge and has the ability to give you 80% of charge in just 15 minutes is just pure genius. So much so that Apple made $4 billion just selling these. Not million, it's a billion with a capital B. This really made everyone from Samsung to Bose to launch their own version of AirPods. For me, these are the most hassle-free and comfortable earbuds that I've ever used, and I simply love them. I only wish I could have gotten them sooner. See, my only holdup was that the earpods do not fit well in my ears. However, these AirPods do seem to stay better than the standard AirPods. But I think that's mostly due to the fact that they haven't got a wire to weigh them down. So that really completes my perfectly synced Apple ecosystem, and there is not a single day which goes by where I'm not a part of it. I know I did miss a few products like the MacBook for reasons I've stated before. The HomePod speakers next. See, they are a pricey option and especially you have to get two. And I already was invested in both SoundTouch and Amazon Alexa speaker system, so I wasn't keen on switching it. Then the Apple TV. I was really so close to buying this so many times. But you see, the whole movie watching experience for me is personal, and the television doesn't just offer that. There are too many distractions, and I can't keep it loud enough without disturbing others in my household, so I did not add this to my Apple ecosystem. So there you go, guys. That's me and the Apple ecosystem explained. Hope you like my video. If you do, please drop a like below and comment down to let me know. Also, please do subscribe to my channel as your support means a lot to me, and thanks for all you current subscribers and viewers who comment down below. Reading reviews and stories about how nasty comments can end up being, I am really blessed as all you guys have been nothing but super sweet and supportive. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart once again, and I will keep putting effort and try to make fun content for you guys. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.